Dr. Lubna Kamal joining us on the broadcast, Major Mohammed Ali Shah joining us on the broadcast, Tahira Hassan is with us. So my question is then, if we are talking about freedom of choice, is the religious text allowing for my freedom of choice? Major Shah, here's the conundrum and the onion that I've thrown the ball at you now. If my religion is telling me this is what you should do and should not do, is it respecting my freedom of choice?
Oh, well, Rishabh, you have a point over there that, it's a commandment. It's not a request or a suggestion. Fine. Now, it's my choice whether I'm a practicing Muslim, I'm not, I'm an atheist, or whether I will listen to it or not. Now, let me tell you, as Zaira Wasim says, before that, I will begin with a small anecdote, Rishabh. Rishabh, I was shooting for a film at the Mahim Dargah, and the Maulvi Saab from the mosque comes out and says, Lahore wala khud illa billah lazi. Tum log yahan pe shooting kar rahe ho, haram ka kaam hai, and it's not good to be working, and your name is Muhammad Ali Shah, you're a Muslim, and yet you are working in a film. Shame on you. So I told him, sir, how can you say that? Do you even know what the film is about? Do you even know we are speaking against terrorism in this film? We are showing how bad terrorism is, how they are actually mocking Islam by doing terrorism. Do you know that? They say, no, you guys make movies and you make girls dance around in skimpy clothes. That's why it's haram. It's not good to act in movies. Then when I explained to him the logic, that no, we are going to be educating people by means of this film, and that is where some sense came into his head. Now the problem is, we don't have to be a scholar or an expert.
Okay, but since you raised the issue, Major, so somebody came to you and said exactly this, okay, and you had a counter argument to make. I am assuming that perhaps, I don't know for sure, but perhaps a young, successful, a girl from a state where we don't often see superstars come out from, makes it big. I mean, she makes it big, really big time, right? She's acting with the superstars, everybody knows who she is. And suddenly she decides that the entire film industry is haram, it's against her religion, it's keeping her away from God. I don't know whether she had the epiphany sitting by herself one day, or somebody came and had a conversation and told her this. Is that then empowering?
Oh, well, Rishabh, that is the problem which I was coming to. You don't have to be an expert or a scholar. It's very simple. Every single religion first teaches basic humanity. You got to be a good human being first, and thereafter everything else will follow. If you follow those basic things, there are certain vices related in the religion as well. Like, for example, in Muslims, one shouldn't drink, and I don't drink. Not because I'm a good Muslim or anything, or I'm practicing Muslim. I don't drink out of choice. It's as simple as that. Now, even if a person drinks, does that make him a bad person? There are bigger vices than drinking. Now, when we talk about essentials of Islam, now there are 5 ground rules. There are 5 essentials which even Mr. Kerala governor has quoted, which I am on the same page as him, but apart from 2 points, which are those points also, I will come to it later on. First is kalma, namaz, then there is hajj, there is zakat, and there is roza, Ramadan. You have got to fast during Ramadan. These are 5 essentials. So we are not adding a 6th essential by putting hijab. But yes, in chapter 24, verse 30 and 31, there is a mention of hijab. In 33.59, there is a mention of hijab.
Okay. So
as Ali said, there is a mention in the Quran Sharif, you cannot deny. Cover your head.
Major Mohammed Ali Shah, why is this conversation become about the hijab which perforce applies to women? Regarding facial hair, keeping a beard, why are not, Muslim Indian men being asked the same questions? Why is it always the women?
Rishabh, very good question. Now, I would clear this in a very logical way, but no one should interrupt me. Like, Mr. Athar was speaking over Tahira and somebody was speaking over somebody else.
Yeah.
Please don't do that. It doesn't look good over here. Rishabh Gulati is a very fine anchor. He'll give everyone a chance to speak. Now, listen. There is a mention of khimar. Khimar is a cloth which covers the ears, the neck and the bosoms from both the ends. Now the plural of that khumar. Now again, in chapter 24.30, which I mentioned, there is a hijab for men as well, which means the gaze. They will lower the gaze when they meet a lady who is not their spouse. So there is a mention, and Zaira Wasim definitely is mistaken over here. I will tell you why and how. See, she says, she has her own interpretation, and which we don't agree, and she says people are ill-informed. I would like to ask her, a 20 or 21-year-old, has she even read the Quran Sharif? Has she even understood it? The basic problem, I will tell you, the basic problem is we do not tend to understand our own religion. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's a very simple, logical, scientific religion. Every religion is, for that matter. Now we have to understand it. Now we go by Quran Sharif. They are 3,600 hadiths. How much? Over 3,600 hadiths. So now 95 to 99% of the Muslims go by the hadiths as well, which is fine, fair enough, fair enough. Now coming back to what Mr. Arif Muhammad Khan, the governor of Kerala, also had said, which Rishabh, he is considered to be a Muslim scholar, and I agree with most of his points. But when you involve Taslima Nasreen, who holds no credibility, let me tell you, who holds no credibility amongst Muslims, it becomes the laughing stock. That the moment people quote Taslima Nasreen is saying that, Taslima Nasreen is saying, okay, she is involved. And she is, let me tell you, she is. But when Arif Muhammad Khan says, he was speaking to a lady anchor, and he says, can you do anchoring wearing a hijab? And she gave an answer. Why not? Al Jazeera does that, BBC does that, CNN does that, and in fact, Salma Sultana, the icon of anchoring, she used to keep a rose. It was her personal choice. It's up to her whether she puts chameli or she puts rose.
But are we debating what women have to do in Islam? And we don't really have conversations regarding the obligations of men and how they dress and how they behave. So Bollywood is haram for Zaira Wasim. Why is it not haram for, I don't know, any of the Khans?
Rishabh, deen mein daadi hai, daadi mein deen nahi. Deen mein hijab hai, hijab mein deen nahi. So every religion basically ultimately tells you to be a good human being. Like many people will misinterpret and misunderstand the religion. And you know, a lot of people say that, okay, I don't sport a beard, I'm not wearing a skull cap, I don't wear religion on my sleeves, I'm from the army, I don't wear patriotism on my sleeves.
Okay.
My religion is between me and my maker.
Okay, so I'm just going to leave it on just a thought.
That person who we
Let Dr. Kamal take that, please. Lubna ji, take that.
We said it's not desirable. So that is why we wear the hijab, because we don't want to become objects of desire for men, and we want to cover ourselves.
Now, what happens? What if I want to become an object of desire? Am I not allowed to?
No.
Let me just quickly, 20
No,
seconds.
if we are not wearing, then what about us?
Rishabh, 20 seconds.
All right, okay. Clearly there is not much consensus. Major, take, Mohammed, take the last thought. I'm out of time. Mohammed, 10 seconds.
10 seconds. Rishabh, I think this statement about, becoming objects of men is actually derogatory for men. Actually, it's not that. And Taraji rightly said, what about us?
Derogatory to women also.
No, I don't know. If I am an influencer or if I am a celebrity, I want to be an object of desire. Should not that be my choice? Okay, so here's the conversation. I'm out of time.